Oh yeah, there we go. Just losing most of it. All right, just give me a second while I lick the table. Oh, the foul taste does build up. You guys get to watch me suffer. We do not promote the use of legal or illegal psychoactive substances. This video has been created strictly for harm reduction purposes. The substance is universally legal across the world. It's harvested from the roots of a shrub, strained through a filter like tea, and then drank out of coconut shells. And it is called KAVA, or in Latin, Piper methysticum. Wait a second, just hold on. So kratom is called Mitragyna speciosa, which sounds like vagina to me, and KAVA is called Piper methysticum, spelled cum, C-U-M? My 9-year-old brain finds this absolutely hilarious. I last talked about a psychoactive vagina species, and today I'm here to tell you guys all about some mystical cum. Just like with the kratom video, in today's video I'm going to be telling you everything that you need to know about KAVA, and I will also be dosing myself with an effective dose of KAVA live, so that everyone watching can see firsthand what the effects of this mystical substance feels like. KAVA is a member of the pepper family. The roots of the plant contain psychoactive alkaloids known as kavalactones. KAVA has been drank traditionally by the Pacific Ocean cultures of Polynesia for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. KAVA is commonly consumed by grinding the roots of the shrub into a fine powder, as you guys can see here. It is then strained through water to produce a tea-like drink with sedative, anesthetic, euphoriant, and anxiolytic-like properties. Traditionally, KAVA was both used as a medicine and as a recreational-like psychoactive drink, similar to how Europe, drank alcohol during special events and ceremonies. Regardless of how KAVA was used traditionally, in today's day and age, KAVA has actually been getting more popular as just a recreational-like substance. In fact, in California and Hawaii, in recent times, KAVA bars have been opening. In 2013, a study was published which used KAVA as a means to treat GAD, general anxiety disorder. The study found that 26% of those in the KAVA group experienced a remission of their anxiety, versus 6% in the placebo group, concluding that KAVA may be a moderately effective short-term alternative to treat general anxiety. Actually, more studies are currently underway to further evaluate the effectiveness of KAVA. KAVA primarily works by potentiating GABA-A receptor activity. Both benzodiazepines and ethanol affect the GABA receptors. KAVA contains a total of 18 different kavalactones. The kavalactones also inhibit the reuptake of norepinephrine and possibly dopamine, as well as act as a weak monoamine oxidase reversible inhibitor. Also worth mentioning is that one of these kavalactones binds to the cannabinoid CB1 receptor, which is similar to cannabis. It is believed that the effects on the GABA receptor are responsible for the anti-anxiety-like effects, whereas the potential rise of dopamine is responsible for the psychotropic-like effects, which is only seen in higher doses. In normal, effective doses, KAVA can produce a calmness and just general relaxation. You don't feel really wonky, although in very high doses, you can get extremely debilitated off KAVA to the point where you will lose your balance and coordination. But in regular doses of KAVA, you don't usually become cloudy, you remain clear. People often state that conversation is a lot easier to be had while on KAVA, and they also state that if they suffer from something like social anxiety, that when they're under the effects of KAVA, their social anxiety is lessened. And finally, as with kratom, the effects of KAVA are going to heavily depend on the strain. Almost all of the KAVA that you're going to find online is known as noble KAVA. What noble means is that it's simply a strain that you can consume every day without any ill effects. Now, Tudei KAVA, spelled T-U-D-E-I, is a strain of KAVA that you cannot consume daily. In fact, if you did consume it daily, you'd probably end up with a destroyed liver. An average starting dose for one person is 2 tablespoons of KAVA mixed with 2 cups of water. So what that translates into is about 1 ounce of KAVA for 500 milliliters of water. Now, I've tried KAVA before at 1 ounce, and I don't know if I'm just resistant to this stuff, but it really did virtually nothing to me. Now, granted, some people claim that you have to already have KAVA in your system in order for it to be effective. It has like a cumulative effect. However, I've tried it many times at 1 ounce and just really felt nothing. So for the sake of this video, so that you guys can actually see an effect out of this, I have decided to take 2 ounces or maybe 3 ounces. And because I'm a stickler for making things accurate, I have decided to measure my ounces out using this. This is actually a pee collecting cup that I stole from the doctor's office because I saw it had ounces and I was like, oh, I need that. You also might be wondering why my water looks more like milk than water. That is because I have added about 100 milliliters of almond milk into this. I have done that because the almond milk will act as a fat source, and some of the cavalactones are more soluble in fats. So by adding a fat source, we ensure that we extract as many of the cavalactones as possible, which will yield the most potent brew that we can yield. Something else I want to mention is you want to be sure that you do not use boiling hot water. The heat will effectively destroy the cavalactones, yielding your brew impotent. So what I have done is I've prepared my water so that it's warm. You don't want to use ice cold water either. You want to use water that's warm enough so if you put, say, 2 fingers in it, you're not like, oh, it's too hot. So yeah, just kind of like lukewarm water is sufficient enough. And if you guys are wondering why there's so many coconut shells hanging out, it's because traditionally they would measure their doses in terms of 1 coconut shell would be 1 dose. So I decided to stick with tradition and use coconut shells. I'll also be mixing my KAVA in this really heavy mortar. However, traditionally they would use a big wooden bowl. I just didn't have a big wooden bowl. Now, what I do want to mention is you want to be sure that you do not simply take your KAVA powder, pour it into a drink and just like drink it, powder and all. What that will do is cause a very upset tummy. You're going to experience a lot of gastrointestinal distress. And furthermore, it can also pose as a serious risk to your liver. It can be damaging. Anyway, let's get on with preparing this KAVA. Let's measure out about 3 ounces with our piss collection cup here. All right, that's good. Got 3 ounces there. Sweep this shit up later. I really don't think it smells that bad. So now that I've drained most of the water out, I'm going to take my bag of squishy gunk here and I'm going to knead it like so through the water. Then I'm going to strain it out again, and I'm going to continue this process of kneading through the water and then straining and kneading and then straining for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, just to ensure that I get the most cavalactones out of this powder. And once I'm done doing that, what I'm going to do is filter it through a fresh filter bag so that I ensure that all of these solids are filtered out, or at least as many of them as I can get, and then I'm going to drink it. So yeah, let's just fast forward to that point. And now it's good to drink. As you guys can tell, this literally just looks like mud. It looks like dirt, and a lot of people say that it tastes like dirt. For best effects, it is suggested that you drink it in as few gulps as possible. You want to drink it quickly, so let's do just that. I think traditionally they would make a little prayer before consuming, so I am going to make my prayer to the KAVA gods that they bless me with a fantastic experience, and hopefully they allow me to feel some effects. Cheers, everybody. A lot of people say this shit tastes worse than kratom, but I beg to differ. I don't mind it. Yeah, I must be used to eating dirt. Yummy. A really interesting way to know that you extracted a lot of the cavalactones out of it is if your mouth starts to go numb. So my voice might start getting more lispy than usual because my tongue might start turning numb. Now, I believe you're supposed to start feeling the effects within 20 minutes. Some people claim to feel the effects even faster. Oh yeah, there we go. Just losing most of it. All right, just give me a second while I lick the table. Oh, the foul taste does build up. You guys get to watch me suffer. See, it didn't taste this bad when I made it before because I didn't make it that strong. I've honestly made this 3 times the strength that is recommended. There it is. There's Oliver. If you are trying this for the first time, be very sure that you only consume 1 ounce that you are going to be measuring with your pee collecting cup and not 3 ounces. Because yeah, you never know how a new substance is going to affect you, and for some reason I'm just a hardhead to this stuff. But considering I've drank 3 times the amount that is recommended for one person, I'm assuming that I should actually feel this. Who knows, maybe I'll feel it hard. There we go. It's all the KAVA. All drank. Now we wait. And I clean up this table. So, besides the actual effects of KAVA, this is the next day, and I wanted to let you guys know that my dreams were so weird. I was abducted by some strange alien computer, and I was trying to teach it different aspects of being human, and it had manifested itself as like a female figure. It was very strange. And the other part was me trying to convince my girlfriend that had already broken up with me that I did not cheat on her with a Yoshi level in a video game. And I was explaining to her how the way that Yoshi's head moved or the way that the graphics were conforming in one section meant that I didn't cheat with her on the game. I can't make any sense out of it. It was so bizarre. Alright, so it's been 20 minutes, and I guess I feel it. See, the problem is, I'm kind of expecting it to feel like kratom, and when I take kratom, I can feel like it distinctly coming on. But this is more subtle. This is definitely more of just calm relaxation. Yeah. I mean, I feel something. My head feels a little buzzy. I think that it's going to get more intense. If I were to compare this feeling so far to taking diazepam or lorazepam, I would say that it feels similar. At least to me. At this dose, this feels very similar. I think I've just personally never really been a fan of benzos, so I'm like the wrong person to judge this stuff. But in regards to like physical sensations, I don't really feel any different. My body feels normal. There's just, as I said, just calm, just more, I guess, relaxed. I really don't know how else to word it other than that. KAVA has been consumed safely for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years without any known real negative side effects. That is, besides lethargy, and some people do get headaches while on it. However, I should make it clear that this is only with moderate consumption. If KAVA is abused, and as such used in large amounts daily, many negative side effects will occur. These effects include a scaly skin rash, which people describe as making you look like you're a reptile. Sounds kind of neat, actually. Indigestion, loss of appetite, weight loss. However, all of these side effects, including the lizard skin, will cease. They'll stop as soon as you stop drinking KAVA so much. It should also be noted that it's most likely unsafe to mix your KAVA with benzos or alcohol. In terms of legality, KAVA is legal in most countries. In many places, it's actually listed as a food and dietary supplement. However, just to be safe, you better check your local laws before you buy this stuff because you never know. In regards to if I see this as something that I would personally enjoy consuming, I don't think that this stuff is for me. I'm not really feeling any kind of a mood lift. Maybe it's slight. Kava is just a little too subtle for my taste. But again, I do want to say this again, I also don't really enjoy benzodiazepines, and some people really love them. So I would say that if you like benzos, then you will probably like this stuff. I can definitely see its benefits as a replacement for benzos. It's definitely a safer, more importantly, non-addictive replacement. I mean, not more importantly, but equally as important, it's not addictive. You will not become dependent on this, which is huge. So I can definitely see a lot of positive benefits to this substance. Anyway, that concludes this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you guys are curious where you can get your own KAVA, I've included a link in the video description, and I've also put a link in the comments. If you guys did like this video, be sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for weekly psychoactive and psychedelic related videos. I'd like to give a big thank you to everyone who is supporting me currently on Patreon. Now, I said in the last video that due to the new ending screens, I can't do annotations anymore. So from now on, everyone who is a top contributor gets their name showcased in permanent text on my video. I've only included the names of those who emailed me saying that they're happy with their name included. So again, if you are a top contributor, please send me a message on Patreon if you don't see your name here and you would like it to be here. That concludes this video. Till next time, take care guys. Always test your substances. Test kit link in the description. And let me know what you liked about this video. Let me know if there's another substance that is legal and natural that you would like me to cover. Because as far as I'm concerned, the two top ones really are KAVA and kratom. I've actually tried combining KAVA with kratom. Now that was definitely a good experience. That felt much better than taking either of them on their own. Let me know what you guys would like to see. See you guys later.